Now before I start this video, I would like to preface that this video is a joke. I know that if I were to actually fight a UFC fighter, I would get my ass beat. But anyways, I'm beating Paddy Pimblet's ass. I'm just joking, but I will come back to him later. Mr. 28-0, Mr. I'm gonna smash your boy, Mr. Let's Talk Now is easy work.
Shut your
Hold up, let me explain. So we all know Khabib as the absolute monster that he is. Like, bro has been fighting ever since he was a child and was literally forged in the mountains. On top of that, his father was also a fighter along with everybody around him. He's ran through the entirety of his division and has had the most 10-8 rounds in history and retired undefeated. So he's definitely gonna be a hard match, but that doesn't mean I can't beat him. So you all know how this guy likes to live in the cold. Like, he's practically a Russian Frozo. And what do we know about Frozo? His only weakness is not having water. So in order to beat Khabib, I need to cut off his water before the match. Now the thing is, I just can't go over to his camp and steal all his water. I mean, he's literally guarded by all his fighters. So I need to come up with a better plan. That's where I'd like to introduce to you Operation Water Kill. Basically how it works is I'm going to infiltrate his camp by pretending to be one of Daniel Cormier's wrestlers on his team. So now I'm inside a Dagestani gym with Khabib and his team. From there, I'm going to attend some of their practices and get close with everybody there. Then after doing that, they'll trust me enough to let me know their secret to how they become so invincible. And once I enter their secret water room, I'm gonna act all amazed and surprised. But as soon as they turn their back, I'm gonna call my boy Vector to come and steal their water tank just like he did in Antarctica. Everybody in the room will instantly get mad and start attacking me. And that's where I whip out my scare everybody to death coupon and make my escape. Boom! I win. That's an easy 3 out of 10. Easy dip. The only problem is that it takes too long and I don't know where to get it going. Jon Jones, the victim of my first ever video. Now this guy's gonna be a little bit more of a challenge compared to Khabib because unlike him, Jon has weapons of his own. Plus this guy has zero concern for other people's lives. Not only is this guy willing to crash into pregnant women, but he's also willing to beat his own wife. So I'm dealing with a real threat over here, but I think I might have found a way to beat him. See, on Jon Jones' record, his only loss is to illegal elbows. The thing is, that illegal rule has been overruled and no longer exists. However, the only other quote-unquote loss was to a drug test after the Daniel Cormier fight. So that got me thinking, how do I beat somebody who's really bad at beating drug tests? Easy. More roids. Now before I continue this bit, I like to preface to YouTube that this is a joke. I'm not condoning taking steroids or doing drugs. I'm just giving a hypothetical situation. And that goes for everybody out there.
drugs are bad.
But anyways, in order to get Jon Jones to lose to me, I have to basically inject roids into him to force him to lose these drug tests. And in order for me to do that, I'm gonna have to do what every other sane man in this situation would do and ask for an autograph. Then kablam! He is TRT. TRT. Let's just ignore what I just said. Then, when he goes into testing, he gets in trouble, and I win. Easy. 1 out of 10 difficulty. I bet I don't even need to do all this in order to get him to win. He'll just find a way to get himself in trouble.
No.
Now, I'm gonna be completely honest. Compared to all the other matches, this might be my hardest fight. Charles Oliveira is one of the greatest submission artists in the world. So having to fight him is gonna be difficult. I throw a punch, he pulls guard. I pull a gun, he pulls guard. I whip it out, he pulls guard. It's like I can't do anything against this guy. The only thing I could do is by whipping out a couple of my dance moves and possibly beating him in a dance battle. But apart from that, I'm absolutely fried. 9 out of 10 difficulty. The only reason it's not a 10 out of 10 is because I got some dance skills of my own. Now, in my opinion, Arman Tsarukyan is definitely going to be different because compared to Khabib and Jon Jones, he is money, so he's basically able to counter everything I throw at him, making him completely invincible. But I might have found a solution. Basically, how this is going to work is I'm going to build a gym called the Best MMA Gym Legit. Then from there, I'm going to hire hundreds of fans to basically spam Arman every day to go to this gym. And because these will be his only fans and he's kind of stupid, he's going to fall for it and show up to the gym. Then from there, I'm going to be like, hello, Mr. Tsarukyan, in order for you to work out at this gym, we have a $5 fee that you need to pay. Then when he pays it, we grab his bank account information and start draining it. And in real time, we'll be able to see Arman losing all his powers and becoming a simple 105-pound wrestler. And from there, it's pretty much easy work. 2 out of 10, easy difficulty. The only reason it's not a 1 out of 10 is because I don't know how to build a gym.
Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
Bro, just send him to Russia. Easy. Negative 100 out of 10. Now I know some of you are going to say I could just do what I did with Kobe and just send him to Russia. But the thing is, he has Artem there, so he's practically safe. But I do have a solution. So how this is going to work, we're going to be exploiting his cockiness and trash talk. As we all know, Conor's trash talk is one of the best in the industry. Like, we all know how Conor was able to basically scare the living daylights out of Jose Aldo. And the thing is, I'm not as strong-minded as Jose Aldo, so I'm probably going to get my ass beat. But I did find a solution. When Nate Diaz had his press conference with Conor McGregor, he was so out of it to the point where he didn't give a singular fuck about what he was saying. Meaning the only way for me to beat Conor McGregor is I need to become a nonchalant dreadhead. But the thing is, I'm too much of a YN for me to even do that. So I found another solution. According to Conor McGregor's record, the only other person he lost to was Dustin Poirier. And the thing that Dustin Poirier has over Conor McGregor is that Dustin Poirier has stronger bones. Meaning in order for me to beat Conor McGregor, all I need is some...
He needs some milk.
Paddy Pimblet. Now I'm gonna be completely honest. I personally believe I can beat this guy's ass. And it won't even be that hard. Let me explain. So we all know Paddy Pimblet for 3 things. First, his hair. Second, his beef with Ilia Topuria. And most importantly, third, being British. And if there's one thing we know about being British, they're one of the most unhygienic people on the planet. Like, have you seen their teeth? And as an American, all I need to do is give Paddy Pimblet some toothpaste and he will practically explode. But there's only one problem with this. Paddy isn't that dumb to just accept toothpaste from some random person on the street. It has to be a little bit more discreet. And that's where I like to introduce to you Operation Fish and Chips. How this is going to work is I'm going to be studying Paddy Pimblet's movement around the country of England. I will then figure out what his favorite spot to eat is and then stalk it out. Then I will go to culinary school for 3 months and become close with the professor. From there, I'm going to convince him to give me a cooking degree by showing him the best fish and chips ever. Then I will ask the owner for a job interview. The only problem with this is the only fish I know is fish and chips, so I probably won't get hired. Then I will proceed to throw him out the window and disguise myself as him. Then for the next couple of days, I will run the business as usual and get close to the employees and make sure there isn't any mishaps. Then on the 7th day, I will personally be serving Paddy Pimblet's food. But instead of putting regular razor blades, cyanide, or I will be putting straight Colgate. Then when he proceeds to eat the food, he will explode like a balloon. And then I'll marry Ilia Topuria and we'll sail off in the sunset together. The end.